From a 20-year-old unsolved case to the mysterious death of a teenage boy and the vanishing of a young tourist, here are the 5 most mysterious unsolved cases of all time. Number 1. The Maura Murray's disappearance. On February 9, 2004, 21-year-old Maura Murray, a nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, was reported missing after Murray's vehicle was found to have been involved in a single-car crash on Route 112 in North Haverhill. Police received 2 calls from 2 residents reporting a car off the road. The first call came in at 7:27 p.m. A local bus driver later told investigators he saw a woman standing outside the black Saturn. An officer arrived at 7:46 p.m. and found the car locked with nobody around. It was said that Maura had left school earlier that day and informed her mates and professor that she would need to take a week off school and lectures due to a sudden family emergency. However, it was later confirmed that there was no family emergency. Because of this, detectives hypothesized that she might have only wished to disappear. However, her family strongly disagreed and believed that she was abducted.
Never in a million years did I think I'd be sitting here 20 years later, still without answers.
Local residents at the time told reporters that shortly after her disappearance, no tracks were seen going into the woods in that area.
This one is worse than the other false alarms or dead ends, and I was pretty sure,
Many people have theorized that somebody locally grabbed her. Somebody who knows the area, knows where to go, knows how to get into some place and out of places without being seen. 8 years after her disappearance, in 2012, a user named Mr. 112 Dirtbag published a bunch of videos to YouTube. In one of the videos, a man with a sadistic appearance can be seen laughing excessively while looking directly at the camera. The phrase "Happy Anniversary" is then used to close the clip. This video was posted on the same day Maura Murray disappeared 8 years ago. Other bizarre and strange videos that appeared to be connected to Maura's disappearance were posted to the YouTube channel. One of them was dated 2 days after Maura vanished. Another video shows a ski pass for Breton Hills Mountain Resort, which is located just 2 miles from where her car was discovered. Another video featuring the same man from the first video, but this time he is nodding while he plays a song on a keyboard. Towards the end of the video, this cryptic image is shown. One relevant thing not to overlook is 112 Dirtbag's username, because 112 was the route that Maura disappeared on, and Dirtbag is what her father called the kidnappers when he was interviewed on live TV shortly after his daughter's disappearance. The videos were quickly removed by YouTube when it started drawing too much attention. However, one person managed to save a copy of the videos. The strange man was later interviewed by investigators, but they had to let him go because they had no evidence to arrest him. This, however, has not been officially confirmed. Nearly 20 years later, Maura Murray is still missing. Whether she decided to run away from her issues at home or she was abducted, the case still remains unsolved and a mystery.
Welcome to Quid. Here we share solved and unsolved cases. We hope that by sharing these stories, we all become more aware of the types of crimes that happen around us. And by doing so, we become smarter at detecting and hopefully preventing similar crimes. Let's get started.
Number 2. The Lars Mittank Mystery. On July 8, 2014, 28-year-old Lars Mittank disappeared in a field near the Varna airport in Bulgaria, and some of his last known moments were caught on video. Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German tourist from Berlin, decided to go on holiday to Bulgaria with a group of his friends. At one point during the trip that evening, Lars Mittank found himself involved in a bar fight with 4 men about which soccer club was better. Werder Bremen or Bayern Munich? Mittank was a Werder Bremen supporter, while the other four supported Bayern Munich. Mittank left the bar before his friends did, and according to them, they didn't see him again until the next morning. It was alleged that he suffered a small injury to his ear. He was advised by a local doctor not to fly due to the ruptured eardrum. The doctor went ahead and prescribed some medications that would help his condition. Lars decided to stay back for further treatment and told his friends they could leave without him. Lars lodged at the Golden Sands Resort, close to the airport. Hotel cameras captured Lars on video, hiding inside the elevator. Also leaving the building at midnight only to return hours later. He called his mother. In a panic, he told her that he didn't feel safe and whispered that some people were trying to rob or kill him. He also texted her, asking about his medication and to block his credit cards. On July 8, 2014, Lars visited the doctor's office inside the airport to check up on his injuries. Strangely, as soon as he was inside, he quickly jumped up and ran outside, leaving all his possessions behind. This CCTV footage shows Lars' final moments before disappearing without a trace. His family have said that he had no history of mental illness and are desperately searching for him. Some believe his strange behavior may have been due to a head injury that doctors didn't notice that caused the psychotic break. However, Lars has still not been found, and his whereabouts is still unknown, and a mystery unsolved. Number 3. The mysterious Phoenix Light. With credible reports of the sightings by hundreds of witnesses, the Arizona UFO sighting has proven difficult to disprove. On the 13th of March 1997, around 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., thousands of people all witnessed a UFO sighting in Phoenix, Arizona and Sonora, Mexico. What would over time come to be known as the Phoenix Lights were first reported near Henderson, Nevada. Observers there and in northern Arizona reported a large group of amber-colored lights moving together in a V-shaped formation. Due to the amount of eyewitnesses, the event has been described as the most famous UFO sighting ever. The UFO first appeared in the sky in a triangular formation, roughly about the size of several football fields, that slowly and silently moved through the sky, blocking the stars, causing partial darkness as it passed over. The mysterious Phoenix Lights seemed to defy explanation. Even self-proclaimed skeptics reported the phenomenon was so extraordinary that they became ardent believers that what they had seen was not of earthly origin. The official explanation from the government is that the UFO was a military shooting exercise, and what everyone saw that day were just flares used for target practice. However, many people believe the government were not being transparent or truthful. They believe it was something more. The most popular and intriguing explanation to emerge is that the lights were emitted by extraterrestrial spacecraft. Some observers, especially those reporting earlier in the evening, described the lights moving in unison, in a distinctive V-shaped formation. Based on these accounts, many believe that an alien aircraft overflew the area that evening. What exactly really happened? Leave your thought in the comment box. Number 4. The mysterious death of Allen Gill. On the 25th of February 2014, at about 2:00 p.m., the naked body of 64-year-old Allen Gill was washed off on Perranporth Beach in Cornwall, England. At first, it seemed like an obvious case of suicide by drowning. However, after a close look into the case, it was obvious that many things didn't add up to the police and private investigators, which lasted 6 months. Police wound down their inquiries and concluded that the death was unexplained. Here is what happened. After the body was found on the beach, the police, through his phone activities and CCTV camera, managed to track Gill's movements up until 6:36 p.m., where he was last seen wandering the city center then walking towards the public toilet. This happened a day before his body was discovered. At 2 p.m. the next day, an off-duty police officer and his wife were walking along Perranporth Beach at high tide when they found Mr. Gill's body about 30 meters off the waterline. Strangely, investigators found a sock with earphones wrapped around, stuffed inside Gill's mouth. They also discovered a jacket, a wallet, and a picture of Gill when he was about 2 years old near his body. Dr. Amanda Jeffrey, who carried out a post-mortem examination on Mr. Gill. Examination found multiple injuries to his right hand, chest, and head, which are inconsistent with drowning. He further made a very strange discovery. He found stuffed behind his throat a sock with a set of headphones looped behind it. The sock was partly clenched between the teeth. He further made a very strange discovery. He found stuffed behind his throat a sock with a set of headphones looped behind it. The sock was partly clenched between the teeth. Gill was described as a bit of a loner who enjoyed video games and going on long walks. Police are treating the case as suspicious, as they can't explain what exactly happened to him and how he ended up on the beach, whether an accident, murder, or suicide. The case is still open and remains a mystery. Number 5. The Kendrick Johnson Case. This is a very strange case that is enshrouded with mystery, to say the least. 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson was a sophomore at Lowndes County High School in Valdosta, Georgia, where his body was found upside down in a wrestling mat in the school gym on January 11, 2013. An investigation and autopsy was immediately carried out to determine the cause of his death. The autopsy revealed that he died of asphyxiation. The investigation by police, on the other hand, concluded cause of death accidental. It was concluded that Kendrick got stuck in the center of the mat when trying to retrieve his sneakers. Kendrick Johnson's body was discovered on the 11th of January 2013 in Lowndes High School, Georgia. He was found headfirst in the center of a rolled-up wrestling mat in the school's gym. Johnson's family hired a private pathologist after being dissatisfied with the autopsy findings. The autopsy report this time was different, and it was determined that Johnson had died as a result of blunt trauma. The autopsy also reported of newspapers stuffed inside Johnson's body, as well as missing organs and missing clothing from the day of his death. Johnson's family now firmly believes that he was murdered and that the neighborhood police agency covered it up. In November of 2013, a 290 hours of CCTV footage from inside the school was released to CNN following a court request which shows Johnson entering the gym moments before he died. However, over 3 hours of the footage was missing. Many other details about the case are very bizarre, including 2 brothers, Brian and Brandon Bell, that were Johnson's classmates and that happened to be the sons of an FBI agent, are currently being questioned, as it turns out they both had refused to be interviewed at the request of their father. It was later found out that 2 years before Johnson passed away, Johnson allegedly got into a fight with one of the brothers. Kendrick Johnson's family are desperately trying to seek answers as to how and why Kendrick Johnson lost his life. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.